I think we left off, I was staying the night somewhere. Well, that didn't end up happening. We ended up, well, the group I was staying with, the guys, the new guys, they were going to set up at the Cracker Barrel in town, and they said that the military was setting up in a hotel across the street, which was clogging up the roads, and they didn't want to stay there overnight. So they chose to go on to Hopeville Hot Springs, and I was like, you know what, might as well. So I went ahead and headed out of Yuma and went to Hopeville Hot Springs. After I got some sushi, of course, I was gonna do fish and chips, but sushi sounded better. So I hopped in and went on down, and I just found a hole and parked there. I still had another 2 days on my pass at the time, at least one night with my pass. And so I'm gonna just sit there and edit and just take it easy and mellow. I had some side projects that needed to be gotten done, and that's kind of what I did. But while I was there, we had a lot of military traffic flying over, lots of helicopters left and right. Thing is, I didn't even make it down to the hot springs the entire time. I was busy the whole time working on other projects and doing some repairs for some people there, electrical repairs, which was good. My time ran out 2 days. I think it was the 6th. Oh no, it ran out, and I had to go find the BLM spot near the hot springs to park at, and I could have sponged it a little bit, but I didn't want to get in trouble, and I didn't want to have to pay a fine. So I went across the street in my truck and explored the mess that's the south side of the Hopeville Hot Spring to see if I could find the true BLM. Okay. And Border Patrol's covering this area. Oh, it's a road. Well, that's not even really a spot, is it? Oh, that's a spot. I think this one would work for our group. It's back and to the right as far back as we can get, but it's nice and packed. It's a little light sandy, but not heavy sandy. There's other people and there's more room than that. Actually, it's packed. It would probably be fine even when it's wet. Second large group area. It looks a lot worse. It'd probably be harder if it rained or something like that, but other than that, it's pretty tight. And drive the truck on it okay. Probably wouldn't be anywhere along here if it rained. We'd all have to be it. Look, there's a tent inside that. Do you see it? See the blue? The tent? Someone has a tent inside that. Yeah, this wouldn't be a bad spot to camp in. So I was preparing to find a spot for the rest of the tribe to come park. And I sent out a pin of the spot I found. And God, it's 2.5 miles back. And as you've seen, there's a border patrol running around the area and aircraft everywhere and military stuff. Not a quiet place to camp for sure. But I was waiting for them to show up. This crashed out. I slept all afternoon and I woke up and no one could find me. The pin led Chuck astray to the airport. He's kind of not happy about it, which is fair. And so no one ended up coming back to where I was parked. So I was like, I'm not going to sit here by myself. So I decided to move farther forward, a little bit closer to the road. And I just pulled up there, parked, and went to bed. Woke up this next morning to try to help people find their way back to the spot. However, plans has changed. And we are moving to Finney Lake. Alright, we slept here. I went out a couple days ago and found a spot for the BLM in the Hot Springs area, Hopeville Hot Springs. And so yesterday my time ran out, so I ran over there yesterday thinking Chuck was coming over there, but they said they couldn't find me, so they went to the LTVA. And this morning I thought they was coming over here, but I just found out that they're going over to the Finney Lake. So that's a new spot. And of course I have a little internal child trauma from being led to somewhere else and told something else and then left in the dark. So I fight that a little bit every now and again. So I had to remind myself that they're not those people, they're not going to just tell me one place and ditch me. So I fight with that a lot sometimes. So anyhow, how, I don't know if you was part of the group in the childhood time that basically they tell you one place or they let you go somewhere else and then they change your mind and you're the last to find out and then you're kind of left out in the cold. Anyhow, that's where we're going to go. We're going to go over there to Finney Lake. I'm going to swing by a glacier water place because that's part of my angst. I stayed back in that spot last night that I was originally planning, but it's 2.5 miles back. Isolated. You're not but one highway between you and the border, and there's a lot of border patrol running around and everything else. It's like I don't want to stay out here. And then last night I was starting to have a little flare up on my other health issues that I got going on, so I was like, I'd rather be close to people. So I'm moving up where people knew where I was at, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to, let's see, I got my map in here. Of course Google doesn't like it whenever I'm back here. It doesn't. We're going to go over here to the 7-Eleven and get us some glacier water so we have good clean drinking water because we're out pretty much. And then we're going to go somewhere in here is Finney Lake. I don't know if that's Finney Lake or not. I don't think that's Finney Lake. That's Rammer Lake. But Finney Lake, and then we're going to go up to Bombay Beach where Jimmy's at. So I stayed in the LTVA for a while. Never made it to the hot springs. I wanted to see it, but there's too many people. And then I'm at the point now that I literally just need to sit down and edit some videos and get caught up on some of my digital work so I don't feel like I can do the other stuff. Plus I need to get the gauges on here so I can monitor my engine temperature and monitor my transmission temperature when I'm driving. I have the emergency, what is it called? The braking system unhooked in the back of the ambulance right now because I want to see if the ambulance pulls it better, which last night it pulled it way better. So I still think the emergency brake thing is dragging a lot. So I'll probably go hook it up here in a little while and we'll see both ways, but I think I'm just going to completely disconnect the electronics on there. The adjustments didn't seem to work So, and we're started. So let's get going down to the next location. I'm gonna turn on my navigation and stick it in my ear, and then we are going to get going. I think that is the best plan right now. B-roll for the camera and backup camera. This is my backup cameras, my side cameras. So I see them all, everything, and it's always recording, which is awesome. And if you come in looking for the BLM, you turn down the LTVA road on this side. You go down there and you can find your way without dealing with any sand. Alright. Goodbye BLM for a day. Right there, real hot springs. As I heard, 7 a.m. is the best time to get in there. Can't make it up. Can you see it? There's a parade in this town. Let's come and get water, and there's a parade in this town. Well, isn't that just amazing? California town, and come in here to get me some water, and there's a parade. And I start to move and I get stopped again. I got an oversized load that probably can't make it down that road right there. So I got an oversized load guy stop me in front of me before I could even get down the alternate route. They probably got directed over there and realized they can't get over there, so yeah, funny. That's funny. This is watch. At least he had someone to help out. Look, it looks like a capsule from a space thing, doesn't it? Driver's happy he has help. You can keep going. There's more complications because you got someone sitting here recording everything you're doing too. Oh, that's a poor day. I mean, it looks like the top of a space shuttle, doesn't it? I'll get out of this just fine. He's making it. He made it. He cleared it. I hate that stuff too. That's a cool load. There we go. struggles to get water when you're in an RV and a tote. I pulled down the street to get water. It's a second or third location. There's a parade in the other town, and pulled in this parking lot hoping there's a turnaround. There is no turnaround, and it's too small to turn around. So I'm gonna have to unhook the truck and move it around and rehook it back up just to get out of this parking lot. And like that, we're turned around, hooked back up, and ready to go. I'm a little bit more annoyed. And it doesn't help that I smell burning rubber from under my hood, which means I probably have a belt going out. So I'll get down the street and see what's going on there. And more people came into this parking lot. I should have just gone through the cones. And is it working? It's working. Okay. Well, we found the source of the cattle smell. It's a feedlot. On California feedlots. Smells like home a little bit. Anyhow, we're 2.3 miles away, so we're closer to the lake than we were from the Hotville side to the Hotville side of the hot springs. Little joke there. Anyhow, back roads. Not that I planned to come on back roads. Ooh, I wonder what that was, but it is big and it's made out of concrete. Weird shit, lost everywhere. Down the horrible road. Oh look, there's an RV out here with a tote on it. How funny. What's this weird? Fair to look. Ever since I put that new power steering pump on it. It works great, but it's just noisy. I got a reman motorcraft and it's just noisy. But it works good. I gotta fix that I get to the new spot. We gotta have at least a 3 or 4 day place to sit to get everything done and all the mechanical work done. I'm gonna pull off my alternator. We'll do that too. Alright, that was a cool view. Well, it said it's a road. It says it's Williams Road, and we follow it for a half a mile. I wasn't expecting it to be this kind of questionable at this point. Oh God. Fuck me. I'm sorry for the cussing. I'm guessing you won't hear it because I'll bleep it out. What the heck? Man, I hope it doesn't lead me down another one-way road. I'm going to say Google is very unreliable if it does. We're going to have a fun time unhooking and rehooking it up if we have to do that again. Doesn't look like a road to me, but it is. We've got hole, 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 triple holes. Although it is beaten down and there's recent tracks, so I'm hoping this is the way everyone else came. Oh God, look at the dust behind us. Oh God, it's covered back there and my camera's not working anymore. I need to fix that camera. It has a bad ground on it. I know where the bad ground's at, I just need to fix it. Turn right in 600 feet. Yeah, it's a road, sure, it's a road. Oh my God, what the hell? Oh, it's sand too. Guess we're gonna get a little more aggressive with it. I see Chuck. Oh my God. Window. This is not a good route, Google. I'm sorry, this is not a good route. Oh my God, Google. Horrible route. Yeah, horrible route, Google. I'm going towards the bathrooms, I think. Google took me through the powder. I'm sure that's not the route. Oh God. Alright, yeah, that was apparently a road, but it wasn't a road. What was weird is it sounded like my transmission lifted up, and I just had transmission work. I think that's them way down there. Finney Lake camping area. I think that's where I'm going. Or they're up here on the right, who knows. That would be nice to know if that's what was moving around. There's Dave. We found Dave. We found Chuck. We found the dirt and the yuck. Where's north? That's the biggest thing. Yeah, that's a big fine. Fucking roads. So I'm here at Finney Lake. I'm walking down because there wasn't much cell signal where I was at, so I wanted to come back. I stumbled upon this. You think they had some winds at one point, or you think they all just all of a sudden decided to break at that level? Someone's trying to make a barrier there, maybe. Used to be a fire ring here that's gone too. I suspect this lake had a lot more trauma, and it's on the process of being cleaned up. Just judging how there's new planted stuff here, and that's kind of across there like that, where they just got some horrible straight line winds at one point, and it's burned over. But I suspect it's man-made damage, especially since there's this weird thing going on here. Yeah, lake's right through there. Interesting. I'm gonna go up on this hill and see how it is. Or maybe they had a fire here and they burned it. Very pretty over here. I wouldn't mind moving right here. This fire pit is. This would be an excellent parking spot. I'm gonna see if this is also an excellent cell phone spot. Teamwork. Want to?
What are you doing?
We all made it here.
Blah blah.
Blah blah.
Blah blah.
Blah 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 blah.
Am I messing with you?
I don't care. I'll put it in. Someone missed the memo. They came down the same road. Yeah. Look at that dust. Oh my God, it's horrible. Oh yeah, look at that dust. This covers up the Jeep behind it. Here at Finney Lake, doing the loop on the e-bike. Camped over there in the trees. And wow, is it quiet. Just a little curiosity right now. There is no border here for safety, but California gates to control the water. This one looks like it runs on a little pulley here and it lowers the gate and lets it out. Trash pile, of course. We're on a bike ride around Finney Lake. It looks like rain in the distance. Oh. And a palm bushel thing. Anyhow, this is the road we go down to go back towards the lake. A mile or so off from the lake. What do you think that is? Oh, is that the cattle lot we went by earlier? Like, oh, it is. Look, can you see the cows? It's the one we went by. Oh, God, it stinks so bad here. Trying to decide if that's kale there being grown. You think that looks like kale? Or something else? It does kind of look like kale though. I think that's kale. Elephant kale maybe? I don't know. That's where we're camping. And that's where I came from. Very pretty. Incredibly quiet. At least I'm pretty sure that's where we're camping. I don't see any rigs sticking through, so it might be a different one. I might be this lost.